There are two kinds of realities, imagined reality and objective reality. Imagined reality is feeling and belief. Objective reality is a fact. Either we believe it or not. Take for example that someone say sunrise is more beautiful than sunset. It is your choice. You want to believe it or not. But sun rises in the morning and sun sets in the evening is the objective reality. Even if you dare to deny it, this cannot change the fact. Before the invention of money, the world was economy of favors and obligation, which requires goods and services in exchange with goods and services. Let's imagine you are an owner of apple orchard. You work so hard that your shoes come to end of its life. You harness up your donkey cart and go to market and find a shoemaker, and in exchange of 50 apples you get a pair of shoes. But there is a problem. Barter trade requires that each side wants what other has to offer. What if the shoemaker does not need apple at the moment? He wants mobile phone for his son. You perhaps go to the mobile stores and offer them apples in exchange of mobile. But how many apples now? Because shoes does not cost as many apples as cell phone. Or maybe shopkeeper refused to accept apple. He has already 2 sacks of apple that day. What would you do then? More the commodities, the harder it would be to set a common exchange rate. Some societies resolve this issue by establishing a central barter system. Everyone would work according to their abilities and receive according to their needs. But this creates another problem. Everyone stops working hard and receives as much as they could grab. Money of favors and obligations does not work when large numbers of strangers to cooperate. People believe that money is an objective or material reality, but it is not true. There could be one Muslim or Hindu in a whole city. His belief does not depend on what others believe. Money is something my neighbor, my city, my state and my country believe. Money is not merely coins and banknote. Money is anything that people are willing to use in order to exchange goods and services. Money is something which helps you to calculate the value of different commodities. Sea and cowrie shells were initial form of money. In prisons and camps, cigarettes have often served as money. Even non-smoking prisoners have been willing to accept cigarettes in payment. In different stories of World War II, prisoners described cigarette currency. A loaf of bread cost 12 cigarettes. 300 grams of butter cost 30 cigarettes. Seashell, banknotes, coins and cigarettes all are objects, but their value is all imagined. Money is the imaginary trust system created by humans that can bridge almost any cultural gap. Empires make our belief on money. Just think how difficult it would have been to maintain the Roman Empire without coins. If emperor had to raise taxes and pay salaries in barley, wheat and apples, it would have been impossible to collect taxes in Syria and Egypt and transport to the central treasury in Rome and again transport them into the different corner of empire to run daily affairs and pay salaries. Not only within Roman Empire, people accept silver and gold coins, but outside of empire too. In 1st century AD, Roman coins were an accepted medium of exchange in market of India. Thanks to money, even people who do not know each other and do not trust each other, however, cooperate effectively. This raises another question, that why? Why people from different cultures who fail to agree on anything share the belief on money? No Russian will never refuse to take dollar from an American, and no Indian will give less value to Pakistani gold. Why did not it happen that American believed only in dollar and Russian believed in gold and Indian believed in cowrie shells and a Pakistani believed in silver and refused to accept someone else's currency? Answer to this complicated question is trade. When a merchant travels to ABC country where gold is excessive and less valuable compared to his own XYZ country, he will buy gold cheaply from there and sell expensively in his own country. More merchants find this business opportunity. Increase in demand eventually increase in price in the ABC country. Within short period of time, price of gold within both ABC and XYZ countries will be quite similar. It is easy to answer what money can buy, but the hard question is what money can't buy. More and more we are leaving our society in the hands of market. It is common nowadays that markets always prevails. Human communities and families have always been based on belief in priceless things like honor, morality, loyalty, and love. These things lie outside the domain of market and they should not be bought and sold for money.